apple tree will wassail thee, and hoping thou wilt bear. For who knows where we all shall be, to be merry another year. For to fare thee well and bear thee well, and merry oh let us be. Let everybody drink up their cup and sing to the old apple tree.
You're listening to the delightful duo of Charlie Arnold Franklin and Jack Ainsworth, gracing us with their rendition of the Apple Tree Wassail. I'm Xena White, and this is the tale of the St. Breville's Wassail.
Let everybody drink up their cup and sing to the old apple tree.
It's a January morning. The fog hangs heavy in the Forest of Dean. The winter sun, struggling to cut through, casts a faint hazy glow over the trees. Sitting by the window, I flipped through the village news, and a headline warmed me. Join the Wassail merrymaking at St. Breville's Community Orchard. Beat those January blues. Come and help chase away evil spirits and ensure a good crop of apples next year. What is this age-old tradition of wassailing, and why is it making a comeback? In the lead up to the Wassail on January 25th, I set out to uncover more about its story here in the southwest of England. The word wassail has its roots in Anglo-Saxon times, stemming from the Old English phrase Wassail, meaning be well. It's a heartfelt wish for health and wholeness. The ancient tradition was practiced in two main ways. In one, people went door to door, singing in exchange for a cup of hot spiced cider or ale poured into their wassailing bowl. The other, known as wassailing the apple trees, took root in the cider-producing regions of southern England. On Twelfth Night, communities would gather around the orchards. They'd make loud noises and pour cider onto the roots of apple trees, driving away evil spirits and waking the trees from their winter slumber. These rituals were filled with wishes for a bountiful apple harvest and plenty of cider for the year ahead. In St. Breville's, wassailing goes beyond apples and cider. It's about reconnecting with the land, with traditions, and with each other. To uncover more about this local celebration, I spoke with Mike Topp, who's one of the driving forces behind the St. Breville's Community Orchard.
Okay, well, my name is Mike Topp, and I'm the chair of the Parish Grasslands Project. And we planted the community orchard in St. Breville's, I think about 8 years ago. We're having the wassail partly as a sort of celebration, the dark days of winter, but also in the hope of attracting more members of the community to come and see the orchard, and hopefully some of them might help to be involved in looking after it.
The orchard was created not just to preserve traditional apple varieties, but also to foster local conservation efforts. Mike reflected on the cultural importance of orchards in the region.
There were lots of orchards. Apple growing was a big thing, and of course also, I mean, it wasn't just apples. Well, it was perries as well, and cider making was such a big thing. It is good to just remember the history of this place.
The community orchard is still young, and while it hasn't been very productive so far, Mike emphasises that its significance goes beyond apple yields.
Not many, but it's more of a sort of talking place and a sort of meeting place hopefully in the village, where people can come together and, well, look after it perhaps.
Looking ahead, Mike hopes to see the orchard flourish.
With good pruning by us and good care, the trees will develop and, grow, get a bit bigger, and just be really handsome, producing a decent crop.
A whistle about our town.
A folk song is a story told in music, passed down through generations, constantly evolving with each telling.
We will be singing the Brockwer Wassail song, which has got a slightly different tune to the the more standard wassail. There's a recording from the 1960s of Charlie Williams of Brockware singing this song. One of the people who will be attending is Janice Lightly, and I know she's a relative of Charlie Williams. She'll lead us in singing that in that song.
My name's Janice Lightly, originally from Brockware. My maiden name was Williams. My grandson used to go wassailing, and he kept Spring Farm, and he had a milk round which he did on a horse and cart. He'd go around wassailing, and the story was that he used to get so drunk because he'd had a drink at every house. They'd just throw him on the back of the milk cart and the horse knew its way home. So that was my introduction to wassailing anyway, stories of him.
After learning and performing the Brockware Wassail locally, Janice was thanking the friend who shared it with her when she unexpectedly discovered she was related to Charlie Williams.
My dad was in earshot and he suddenly chirped up and said, "You do know you're related to Charlie Williams, don't you?" Well, I had no idea. So, yeah, it felt like the song had come full circle, you know, and there I was, a relative of Charlie Williams singing it in the area.
If your relatives could see you leading the song this year, how would they feel?
Oh, they'd be really proud. Yeah, definitely. A wassail about our town. The cup, it is black, and the ale, it is brown. The cup, it is made of the mulberry tree. So here, my good fellow, will drink unto thee. Here's to the quick and to the white horn.
On Wassail Day, the sun glimmers in a crisp, clear sky, casting a cheerful glow over the biting cold. Home-baked apple cakes fill the table, and the air is rich with the sweet warmth of spiced apple juice.
I'd just like to welcome you all here. That's great to see so many people here. That's fantastic.
When the dawn will come, bring the warmth of the sun, and the songbirds will be singing in the morning. May the bright stars in the dark sky watch
Do the ceremony of blessing the apple tree. Here's to thee, old apple tree, that blooms well, bears well, hats full, caps full. Hurrah! Hurrah! Before we go, I just wanted to say that next week we're going to be pruning the apple trees. If anyone would like to come and see how pruning is done, become more involved with it, we'd love to see you.
How do you feel like it went?
Oh, really well. Plenty of people came. It's wonderful, isn't it? And the weather, it couldn't have been better, actually.
I felt it went really well, really. And I mean, it's just great to see so many people here. And a lot of people are saying, I didn't know it was here. You know, I didn't know the orchestra. It's raised its profile.
As the last cups are raised and the songs fade, the St. Breville's Orchard Wassail reminds us that even in winter's chill, it's tradition and community that keep the spirit alive.
Everybody drink up their cup and sing to the old apple tree.
the Brockway Wassail. A wassail about our town. The cup it is black and the ale it is brown. The cup it is made of the mulberry tree. So here, my good fellow, we'll drink unto thee. Here's to the quick and to the white horn. Pray God send the master a good crop of corn, both wheat, rye and barley and all sorts of grain. So here, good fellow, we'll drink to thee again. If your missus or master they may be not at home, for if they be abroad, God send them safe home. For if they be at home, let them live at their ease. So fetch out the white loaf and the whole cheese. Come all you pretty maidens that reel on your pins, pray open the door and let the wassailers in. For if you be maidens or if you be none, pray don't let the wassailers stay on the cold stones. For if you be maidens or if you be none, pray don't let the wassailers stay on the cold stones.